Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What do you do every single day? Not what you want to do, not what you wish you did, but what are the actions you repeat day in and day out? Because let me tell you something. Your life is not shaped by what you do occasionally. It's shaped by what you do consistently. You see, we all have dreams. We all have goals. We all have that vision of the person we want to become. But most people never get there, not because they don't have the potential, but because they don't have the patterns. Success isn't about massive, life-changing actions. It's about small, powerful habits stacked on top of each other every single day. Your life is a direct reflection of the rituals you practice every single day. Not the things you do once in a while, not the big goals you set and forget, but the small, consistent actions that shape your identity and dictate your results. Everything you are today is a product of the habits you've built over time, whether consciously or unconsciously. The people who achieve extraordinary success in any area of life don't get there by accident. They don't wake up one day suddenly wealthy, fit, or confident. They have structured their days in a way that ensures success is inevitable. Look at the most successful individuals in any field, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders. They have one thing in common. They have developed rituals that condition them for success. They don't wake up and hope to feel motivated. They don't leave their progress to chance. They create routines that force them to grow. A top athlete doesn't train only when they feel like it. They train because it's a non-negotiable part of their daily routine. A great writer doesn't wait for inspiration. They write every day no matter what. A successful entrepreneur doesn't just work when it's convenient. They built a system that drives progress day in and day out. The problem most people face isn't a lack of potential. It's a lack of the right rituals. They have habits. They just aren't the ones that serve them. They hit snooze instead of waking up early. They scroll through social media instead of reading a book. They procrastinate instead of taking action. And because these small actions are repeated daily, they reinforce a version of themselves that is stuck, frustrated, and stagnant. What they don't realize is that their current rituals are shaping their reality just as much as the rituals of high achievers, just in the opposite direction. The good news is that changing your life doesn't require a complete overhaul overnight. It starts with shifting the small things you do every single day. Imagine if, instead of hitting snooze, you woke up and spent 10 minutes visualizing your goals. Imagine if, instead of reaching for your phone first thing in the morning, you read 10 pages of a book that expands your thinking. Imagine if, instead of indulging in distractions, you committed to an hour of focused, undisturbed work. These small adjustments might not seem life-changing in the moment, but over time, they compound into massive transformation. Every decision you make, every habit you reinforce is a vote for the person you are becoming. The key is to become intentional about the rituals you install. Choose habits that align with the future you want to create. Be deliberate about what you repeat daily because, whether you realize it or not, those repetitions are forming your identity, your mindset, and ultimately your reality. If you want to change your life, don't wait for some big breakthrough. Change what you do every day, and the results will take care of themselves. Repetition is the foundation of mastery. Every skill, every achievement, every breakthrough in history has been built on the back of consistent, deliberate repetition. No one becomes great at anything by doing it once or twice. True mastery isn't about talent or luck. It's about the willingness to show up, put in the reps, and refine your craft over time. The greatest athletes, musicians, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders didn't reach the top because they were born with some special gift. They got there because they committed to doing the same things over and over again until excellence became second nature. Think about how a child learns to walk. They don't take one step and suddenly become expert walkers. They stumble, they fall, they try again. But with each repetition, their muscles get stronger, their coordination improves, and eventually walking becomes effortless. The same principle applies to any skill or goal in life. Whether it's learning an instrument, building a business, or developing confidence, the only way to improve is through consistent practice. Repetition rewires the brain, creating new neural pathways that make what once felt difficult become automatic. Many people give up too soon because they expect instant results. They try something a few times, don't see immediate progress, and assume they aren't good enough. But mastery isn't about quick wins. It's about sustained effort. When you repeat something daily, you're reinforcing patterns in your mind and body. At first, it feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. A beginner struggles to hold a basketball properly, but after thousands of shots, their form becomes fluid. A new speaker stumbles over their words, but after countless presentations, their confidence soars. Repetition is also the secret weapon behind mental toughness. When you consistently push yourself, even when you don't feel like it, you build resilience. You train your mind to handle challenges, to stay disciplined, and to keep moving forward despite setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence or talent, it's their ability to stay committed to the process. The best performers in any field don't rely on motivation, they rely on their habits. They understand that mastery isn't about doing something once in a while, it's about making it a part of who they are. What most people fail to realize is that repetition doesn't just improve skill, it builds identity. The more you do something, the more you see yourself as the kind of person who does it. You don't just practice discipline, you become disciplined. You don't just practice confidence, you become confident. Every action repeated is a vote for the person you are becoming. If you want to be a master in any area of life, the formula is simple. Do it again and again and again. Over time, effort turns into expertise, and what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. The key is to commit, be consistent, and trust the process, because mastery is not achieved in a moment. It's earned through repetition. Success is not a mystery, nor is it reserved for a select few who are born with extraordinary talent or luck. It is a predictable outcome that follows a structured system. Those who achieve greatness in any field do not rely on chance. They follow a proven process that leads to results. The biggest misconception people have is believing that success comes from a single breakthrough moment, a stroke of genius, or some hidden secret that only a few have access to. But the truth is, success is built through disciplined action, repeated consistently over time. It is not about working harder once in a while. It is about installing habits, strategies, and routines that create a foundation for long-term growth. Every successful individual, whether in business, sports, or personal development, follows a system. They have daily habits that prime them for progress. They don't leave their growth up to feelings or motivation, because motivation is unreliable. Instead, they create structures that ensure they take the right actions even when they don't feel like it. A successful entrepreneur doesn't just wake up and hope for a productive day. They have a schedule, a set of priorities, and a disciplined approach to executing their vision. A world-class athlete doesn't train only when they are excited. They have a regimen that they stick to no matter what. The most influential leaders don't become persuasive overnight. They develop their skills through consistent practice and learning. The problem is that most people are looking for shortcuts. They want results without the process. They see a successful person and assume they got lucky or had an advantage. What they don't see are the systems that person built behind the scenes, the early mornings, the relentless practice, the constant refinement of their craft. Success is not about finding a magic bullet. It is about following a system that has been proven to work and executing it with discipline. A system is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Think about health and fitness. The people who are in the best shape don't just randomly exercise and eat healthy when they feel like it. They have structured routines for training, meal planning, and recovery. They track their progress, make adjustments, and stay committed. The same applies to financial success. The wealthiest people don't rely on luck or overnight success stories. They follow financial systems, investing wisely, managing expenses, and making strategic decisions over time. If success were a secret, only a few would have it. But it is not. It is available to anyone willing to follow the right process. The question is, are you willing to commit to a system that will take you where you want to go? Are you willing to put in the work, refine your approach, and stay disciplined even when the results are not immediate. Those who understand that success is a system, not a secret, take full control of their future. They stop waiting for the perfect moment and start building the habits, routines, and strategies that will lead them to the life they desire. The biggest changes in life don't come from massive overhauls or dramatic transformations. They come from the small, consistent shifts that over time create an unstoppable force of progress. Most people believe that success, growth, and improvement require drastic action, but the truth is the most powerful results come from tiny adjustments made daily. The small decisions you make, the minor habits you build, and the seemingly insignificant actions you take compound into extraordinary outcomes. Consider how a plane making a 1-degree shift in direction won't seem noticeable in the moment, but over hundreds of miles, that small change leads to a completely different destination. The same principle applies to life. A single healthy meal won't change your body, but consistently choosing better nutrition every day will transform your health over time. Reading just 10 pages of a book daily might not seem like much, but over a year, that's 3,650 pages of knowledge, enough to shift your entire perspective. Taking one extra step outside your comfort zone every day might not seem like it's making a difference, but in a year, you will be unrecognizable compared to where you started. The problem is that most people underestimate the power of small shifts because they don't see immediate results. They start a new habit, don't see instant progress, and quit too soon. But success doesn't come from quick wins. It comes from sustained effort. It's the consistent, small improvements that stack up over time and lead to breakthroughs. The people who succeed are not always the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who keep making small, intentional shifts and refuse to stop. Momentum is built on these small changes. When you take action, no matter how small, you create movement. That movement leads to more action, and before you know it, you have built a habit. The challenge for most people is getting started. They feel overwhelmed by the idea of big change, so they don't take action at all. But if you focus on just one small improvement at a time, you remove that resistance. You don't have to transform everything overnight. Just make one shift today, then another tomorrow, and another after that. Think about the most successful people in any field. They didn't wake up one day as experts. They committed to making small improvements consistently for years. A musician doesn't become great by playing for 10 hours once. They practice a little every day. A successful entrepreneur doesn't build an empire overnight. They make small, smart decisions daily. A confident speaker doesn't just wake up one day fearless. They push themselves to speak in small ways until it becomes natural. Every small action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. If you commit to these minor shifts every day, they will compound into massive impact. You don't need to do everything at once. Just do something today that moves you forward and let time and consistency handle the rest.